Hey everyone, this is Aaron with Crypto Trends. Today, May 11th, 2019, Bitcoin. Yeah, the market. Can Bitcoin hold where it's at? Is it going to skyrocket? Is it going to dump? We'll be taking a look to see what's going on. And then we'll be taking a look at just the general overall market and stuff like that. And see what's going on with Vechain. Just a nice little video here to round things up, see what's going on, because it's been pretty exciting. And we'll see if this excitement continues. But first, please keep in mind, this is not financial advice, just my opinion. All right. So that's out of the way. Oh, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and get notified. It seems like I always mess that up. I do a terrible job at marketing myself. Okay, so right now we're streaming, so that's good. And let's go take a look at Bitcoin. And this is on Bitfinex. Yay, Bitfinex. Our favorite of late, right? And let's see, it is on the 4-hour logarithmic scale. Let's scroll in here, see what's going on. Okay, so we've all had this, this nice big upthrust here, right? And let's take a look here at our angles, our good old little trend angles. We'll go from about here up to about here. Okay, that's pretty much about the right angle set. That's about 26%. Okay, let's take another one. And let's go from here. Well, this is just parabolic, right? It's above 70%, which in my book is danger zone time. It's have a lot of caution when you start approaching 70% plus. Okay, that's the parabolic. If we do a longer term trend, let's say, from this low point here, on the previous upthrust all the way up, we're having about a 50%, which is a pretty darn nice increase, okay? But of late, really steep here. So it's a time to take caution. So should we take caution? Let's go take a look at Bitcoin on a shorter time scale. We'll go to the 1 hour here. Okay, what is going on with Bitcoin? Well, first what you do, let me move this over. Oh, one thing, this reminded me on why I had this over. This is a little bit off the topic. Notice this list here on TradingView, over on the far right, okay? And you can order it by percent change and all that good stuff. And it has the FTSE and the Dow Jones and the... Oh, look, there's BTC USD. Imagine that. So all of a sudden, if you arrange this by percentage, you can see what's going on. Well, right now, BTC is down 1%. It says 72.56. Oh, a bummer. But earlier on today, this was like way up. And what happens is that traders... let's say the retail traders that are on the stock markets and stuff that use TradingView, they're going to be seeing this, and in the future, it's going to be showing a lot of green, right? Bitcoin's just going to be showing a lot of green consistently, with consistently larger returns than the rest of these guys. Okay, right now it's a little bit different, but it was way up astronomical, and it showed a pretty huge number, and that would have got people very excited. So that's just one thing to note, that it is listed here, and that will create FOMO. Yes, we all love FOMO. Okay, so back to Bitcoin. What is going on here with the chart? Well, what we do is we're looking at price action. Okay, we are looking at price action. VSA, if you haven't heard of it, it's called the S is for spread, the V is for volume, the A is for action. So volume spread analysis, okay? What we're doing, and it's based on Wyckoff. It's by Ted Williams is its originator. Smart guy. Tom Williams. Ted Williams was a ball player, so a baseball player, still famous. But Tom, as in Thomas Williams, yeah, check him out. Good stuff. Okay, so what do? we're taking a look at the volumes. We're looking for the very large volumes here that just spike up. Okay, easy to see, right? So this was a big one. We'll go up here. This was a big one, right? All right, so when we're checking out things to see if they're at the top of the market, we have some rules that we follow. We see one, okay, is it in an uptrend? Yeah, it's in an uptrend. What is the general trend? Up. Okay, that's one thing to take a note of. We're looking for the big spikes. Yeah, big spikes. We go to the very top. We're looking for a green bar where the close. And please note, I have this on bars. It's important to do this on bars, not candles. So we have it on bars. That's because it just shows the close. You can do it to where it shows the opens too, but we don't care about the opens, just the close. So what we're doing is we're looking for a bar where it has closed in the upper part of the bar. So in the middle or higher. So if we like right about here is like the middle, okay, of that bar. And so it closed higher. Great. Okay, so that's one bar. It's on super high volume in the upper area. I've covered this before, but we're just going over it again. And then the next bar after that is on medium to high volume. So is it half of this volume here or higher? Yeah, so half is right there, so that qualifies. Okay, so gosh, Aaron, what am I pointing to? This bar here, after it follows this high bar with an upper area close in the upper section of the bar, and the next one is a down bar, a red bar. Boom, which it is, that indicates a short-term decrease. It can also be a longer-term decrease. So that is an indication that it is going to decline. Doesn't have to all the time, but it's usually not too far off. As you can see here, hey, it's going down. Please keep in mind this is on the 1 hour. Let's go to the shorter time period. Let's go to 15 minute. Going to be taking a look at here, so what else we can see. Okay, here's an up bar, traded way up on volume. No, it's this one here, still the largest one. So it's kind of going sideways here because that's another thing it can do. It basically means it's a fall off of activity. It doesn't have to go down, but it can. It's an indication that it's no longer going to skyrocket up for a little period of time. Also, one thing to note here is the large decrease in volume. You can see that here, large increase the volume to nothing. Right now is nothing, which is interesting. So when that happens, why is that happening? It's because we have a huge decrease in buys and a big decrease in sells. So no one is doing anything at this time. Is that right though? Is anyone doing anything? Is there buyers or are there sellers, or is it an equilibrium? No, it's just there aren't any buyers or sellers right now. Everybody's taking a rest, And we're just going to have to see what happens with Asia. Like right now, we have Europe waking up. It's a Sunday, so we'll see what happens there. But with a declining volume, it could be very interesting. Let's put it that way. Let me look at this chart here a second. This is on the 15 minute. Keep in mind. What I'm doing to give you a clue is I am looking at this. So this one had to come up. There's a lot of pressure down, and then it went up here, and then it came all the way down, and then it came up to this point here, skyrocketed up. And so I'm just kind of like looking at the waves. This is bullish. Notice that it came all the way down here and they had to buy it back up. I know that's a heck of a lot of chicken scratch. And so that's bullish, and so you can see how that goes up. And yeah, so this is looking. Sometimes what happens is that we have to be a little bit concerned if volume does not pick up. If volume does not pick up, because the composite operators want volume, they want activity, they want the liquidity, okay? And so if it just goes like, you know, flat, trades flat for a while on really low volume, expect something to happen. Either a drop or an increase. Oh boy, that helps me a lot. We all know it's either going to drop or increase or go flat, right? Can I be any more specific? Well, when you're looking at the general overall level, look at the trend is your friend. Okay, trend is your friend type of thing. There was some pretty big sell-offs here that we've seen, and it, you know, we're looking like that, and it went back up. So big sell-offs, which is good. It cools it down, and are we going to see something like this over here? Let's take a look at the volume to see how much volume, if there's any indications that the volume has dried up. There was a lot of effort here to push that up. Look how big that is. There was a lot of effort. Candles pretty good sized. I'm just right now taking a look at it, just trying to gauge. Okay, so we have some pretty big spreads here, especially on this down one, which is actually bullish, and then we're getting smaller and smaller spreads. That's actually interesting. Why? Look at this one right here. Once again, I'm on the 15-minute. You see how we have the larger spreads, the bigger candles, the bigger bars. They're higher, and they get smaller. They're getting smaller, especially this area here. See how it just kind of dwindles off. And when they're really tiny and tight, that's what we're looking for. Really tiny, tight candles. That's when there's going to be some type of movement either way. If we look at the volume on that, as you can see here, declining volume, nothing. Okay, so what do we have here? Declining volume. Okay, so this to me says, oh, we got a little bit of time, maybe going up and down. The volume is going to continue to decrease a little bit. For unsure the direction, we're not really seeing any strong downturns that would indicate that this was a huge. It's going to be a huge downturn. And as far as 40 million goes, no, that's a joke. It's not going to hit 40 million. Well, maybe, but not tomorrow. So the thing is this going to go down or continue to go up? Alrighty, so let's look to see if there's something that is going to push it down. This one right here, we're looking for large red volume, but this one came down and it got bought back up. Now if this closed near the top, let me scroll in so you guys can see. Mo good. So it's this bar right here. It closed in the lower part, which is good. If it closed up in this region, I'd say not so great, right? Not so great. I would be a little bit leery of that one. You can just look at this, see how it came down and hit this down like a hammer, and that it was on really pretty high volume here. This one was on pretty high volume, but it's bullish volume because it's down. It came down and it had to buy itself. It had to purchase itself up. Okay, so that's an upward trend. That means there's pressure coming up from underneath. So this is still looking bullish, guys, in my opinion. Don't bank on it. This is just my opinion. I think I've been wrong once or twice before. But yeah, take a look at these volumes. So I think it's going to decrease a little bit, just a little bit more, go a little bit further, and let's just see, where does it look like this bad boy is going to go? How much pressure is there? Let me get rid of this. How much pressure is there? Notice I'm not even looking at the prices here, and there's like, I'm like, screw that. I'm just mainly looking at the volume. I wish this was like really accurate volume, but it's not. It's not 100% accurate, so you have to take it with a grain of salt. The last thing exchanges want to do is share accurate volume information. So you kind of have to look at the overall trend. It'll go for the most part, but you can't count it like the actual numbers of being specific. Okay. It's obfuscated. Let's put it that way. The actual volume numbers are obfuscated, but it is what it is, and so we're just going to have to deal with it, right? We don't have access to the real volume numbers. So what we're looking here, we're looking at these mountains. So we have a little mountain here, little mountain here, larger mountain here, and then it goes like that. So we have a little hill, foothills. We don't have actual mountains yet. So this is interesting. If we're looking at this, and what I'm doing is I am looking at the low levels here. I'm looking at the low levels and just seeing an overall increase. This is like the surface of the ocean. This very bottom here on average where it's all solid. It's the surface of the ocean, and when it rises, all ships rise. That's how I kind of look at it. I use a lot of water analogies in what I do. Let me get rid of that. So that's interesting because you can see that yes, it is increasing. There have been a lot of stuff going on, as we know. And you see how it's just been dumping down here to 0 with some spikes? Yeah, this is a lot different pattern, isn't it? It's much more filled in and so on and so forth. Let me, what is going on? Would help if I hit the right button. Okay, so this is at 71%, cooled down, which is really good news. So it did a little bit of a pullback. People are going to look at this. What are the TA people going to be doing or thinking? They're going to be thinking, oh, it's going to be pulling back to this line here, about 64, right? They're going to be doing that. They're also going to be thinking, oh gosh, it could pull back here. They're going to be pulling their fibs, their Fibonacci's. They're going to be looking for retracements. Let's see if we can get any channel information going on here. Because this is just one big upthrust. And notice I'm not going way back to the left. That's irrelevant. This is a different market. How do I... If you guys don't believe me, it blew through all those resistances, right? It didn't. It had total disrespect. Yeah, had total disrespect. So it doesn't really matter. No. I know a lot of people disagree. That's okay. But what can we expect here? A little bit of a cool off. I think we're going to see something just like this pattern right here. That's what I think. So I think it's going to go like this. Maybe do another drop. Go like this. That's short term. That is not to scale. Okay, not to scale. So it looks like this thing is going to continue its ride up. Not nearly at a 70% increase. Not even a 50. Yeah. I'm just looking at this. Sorry guys, I'm being really boring here. I'm just analyzing this actually as I'm sharing this video with you guys. Let's see here. Hey guys, I'll be looking at the chats here in just a second, okay? So did that. It's gearing up. We have 1, 2, 3. 3 is like a magic number in the universe. It's 9 o'clock Pacific Standard. Sunday. Okay, let's give it a little bit of a cool off period. And then let's say... That seems right. And here's the thing. People are buying Bitcoin because what are they going to do? A lot of volumes on Binance. What are they going to sell it for? Tether? Yeah, right. So that's one thing you got to keep in mind. What are they going to sell it for? They're pretty much going to hold on to it unless they start seeing some big activity in alts, right? Which we have seen, which is interesting. It's because there's a mass exodus out of Tether, which I covered in my previous video where I was talking about BTC and alts. It was a long video, I get that, but it was really to describe what's going on with the market. So we have a mass exodus. We had CZ get on an AMA where he's like just calming everybody down, playing it down. Oh, it's no big deal, this type of thing. We're doing upgrades. We just want to make sure, that type of thing. Read his AMA. Don't watch it. Read it. It's posted on Binance, on the Binance site, and pull from it what you will. Put your comments below after you read that of what you think is going on there. Is he telling the truth? Is he telling partial truths? Is he not telling the truth? I don't know. For now, I have to take at his word for what he says. Okay. Until evidence comes up otherwise. But anyway, yeah, I think this little guy. Yeah, you can pretty much take this, plop him up here. So yeah, just like that, and then we could see, it depends what Asia does today. We'll just see. Also Monday will be very interesting in the U.S. when the New Yorkers start to wake up. But yeah, so let me get my little box here. Little box. Draw what seems about right. Top is about, come on thing. Yeah, it's close enough. And that goes out to the 14th. Yeah, we'll see if it hits that box. That's about right. Let's scroll out, see what's going on, see how that looks. I know, that's a whole gibbered mess, isn't it? Let's scroll on out. See if that lines up with anything over here on the left. Yeah, it does. Isn't that interesting? It lines up with this shoulder neckline right here. Isn't that cool? Cuts right through the center of that box. See that? Yeah, so that's a little range. We'll see what's going on. Okay, let me kill that. I know this thing is just an utter mess. And then overall longer period of time, I'm still keeping my target box here. Okay. But I'll scroll out so you guys can see that again. Whammo bammo. Okay. So there's that. There's Bitcoin. Yeah, there could be a little bit of a pump. That looks pretty dang steep, man. It's a nosebleed area. But we'll see. And that's I'm looking for like Monday. We'll see what happens on the East Coast and what happens in Asia. Okay. So that is that. Also, going back to Vechain. If we go to Vechain, let's go to Binance. And let's go to USD. Arrange it by the pairs. Scrolling down. Take a look at Vechain. I pass it up. There's so much stuff in here now. Come on, Vet. There you are. Okay, there's Vet. Hit this line. It's bouncing around. It's trying to come back up. Overall trend doesn't look so hot, really. Doesn't look so hot. And yet there is increasing volume. So we have some big cells going on, yeah. This thing doesn't have bars, wish it did, but anyway. One thing that's nice is that it is turning around here, okay? It's turning around, and it could have had an actual change of character. Go from this point, I'm looking at this point here and this point here. Swinging out, I'm connecting them. Boom. Okay, so we'll see what happens. So it'll be interesting when it starts to approach this line what happens, or whether or not it starts following this angle. And that would be a supply. Let me copy and paste it. You do a line that's parallel. You bring it up like that. And bring it up like that. Make this one dashed. So that's our supply line. This is our demand line. Let me kill that. That was just an overall trend line, because this could actually be a change in character. Because I was talking about springs and all that good stuff. And this could be, taking a look at it from a little bit larger scale, this could be a very nice spring for this whole pattern here. Because it went down. So we're still keeping this trading range here, and it went way below the trading range. And so we'll see if it comes back up. So we'll see. But one thing to that's interesting about Vechain. Let's go out here to the week. Okay. So for the week, you know, we've just been seeing Vechain taking a dump, and it's been taking a dump ever since a little bit before it did the swap, right? And there's been a lot of other coins which have gone up and haven't really taken a dump. So something occurred to me today about Vechain, and I was wondering if Vechain and Binance are still buddies. Yeah, I was wondering if they are still buddies. Why am I saying that? Well, Binance has a lot of Vechain, yeah, and they own a bunch of it, and a lot of people on there own a bunch of it, and one would think that you know, if it was favored, they would certainly buy into it a bunch. But when a lot of other things were pumping today, Vechain was like what? Sometimes 2, 3%, 5%, 6%. It was if you ordered them. At one time here on USD, it was like in the red. And it was like, bloody hell, what's going on? Now, where is VET? Well, there's ZIL. That's another interesting one. Okay, so it's 6.5% up on Tether versus Tether. But I was wondering, is VET, given all the garbage that it's had and stuff, is it still friends with Binance? Why? The number one thing that comes to mind is OceanX. OceanX. Vechain is the only cryptocurrency out there, not including DEXs like XLM, okay, not including that. Vechain is the only one with its only full-blown exchange, is it not? Yeah. Yeah, it is. Like full-blown exchange, i.e. a competitor to Binance. So anyway, that was just a random thought that came to me, and is because I was kind of thinking, why all this long-term downward pressure on Vechain? Yeah, interesting. So give me your thoughts on that. Do you think that's just total BS? Does it even make sense? You know, there's nothing it's founded on, okay? It's just pure hypothetical. They could very much still be very, very good friends, all right? But what does it appear to you? What do you think's going on there? And no, it's not important. Like, oh my gosh, what's going on? But yeah, I just thought that was interesting. What's your opinion on that? Anyway, let's go take a look at the chats. See what's going on. Say hi to all the people because I love doing that. Let's see. Hopefully you guys can hear me and the timer isn't like the voice isn't like clicking in and out. There's something going on with the connection in San Jose where it's getting a little bit interrupted for some reason. I checked it out. So I'm not getting a real quick stream up to YouTube for whatever reason. But I'm checking that out on the technology side on my end. Anyway, let's go take a look at the chats. Because you guys are awesome. So Busy Mountain says, I have an interesting analysis. Well, thank you. What do you like about it? What's interesting? Hey, there's Joe. Hey, bud. How's it going, Joe Smith? Joe says, we need to pull back for 2 reasons. 1, it's very normal and a huge indicator of a healthy market. 2, I want to buy... I want to buy more. Yeah. You also got to keep in mind that what is going to cause the most pain for people? Is it going to be a big dump? Or is it going to be another big buy? What is going to kill a lot of people? I don't know. It's a lot of people are expecting a pullback, right? I'm expecting a minor pullback because right now Binance is closed. And what are people going to buy? You know, are they going to sell their BTC for Tether again after they just got out of it? Or are they going to put it into alts and then see an alt rise? Yeah, I think that's what they're doing. That's what they're going to do. They're going to pull their profits a bit from Bitcoin, put them into alts. I think that, and indeed what they'll be doing is selling the Bitcoin, giving Bitcoin up for alts. Talked about that in my previous video. And so I'm thinking we're still going to be able to see the alts increase. Okay, so we'll look at that. Anyway, yeah, a lot of people are expecting a pullback. I'm thinking there's going to be a small one, but not too significant. We'll see. Could be totally wrong, you know. And then Vechain. If Bitcoin goes to 100K by 2021, Vechain could easily be 50 cents to $1. But if Bitcoin goes to 200 or higher by 2022, VET will be $1 to $3, no doubt. Maybe yes, maybe no. Keep in mind, Vechain is going to be, because it does have its own exchange. Don't look for it to always be listed on Binance. That's something to think about. Okay. It is, in other words, it is going to be decoupled from Bitcoin. So the price of Bitcoin isn't going to affect it too much. That's my opinion in that time frame that you're given. So as far as the actual amounts, could be 50 cents, could be 10 cents, could be still a penny. We'll see. But interesting thing there. I hope it goes beyond $3. Wouldn't that be awesome? Wouldn't that be awesome? And Sean asks, how am I? Hey, doing great. How you doing? Thanks. What a crazy couple of days. I'm out till I see something. Yeah, there you go. So you're out in Tetherland, I take it, or Pax or something else, some other stable thing. If we go take one thing about stable things, which is interesting, we go over here. Don't want the volume. The percent change. What is this? USDS to USD and Pax. Look at that. Why is a stable coin below $1? Do you think that's going to come up to $1 at some point in time? I don't know. I remember when, let's put it this way. I can't get into what's safe or not safe or whatever, but follow your gut, follow your instincts. Best of luck to you. It's always good to go on the caution side sometimes, right? Because rule number one, why is that? Because rule number one is protect your capital. Protect your capital. That's rule number one. So yeah, best luck to you. And I'm not being facetious or anything like that. Hey, Amor. Feeling great. Thanks for asking. How you doing? The buyer's got to sleep, so I'll pick up again, but not right away. I think we'll go sideways for a week. Yeah, I'm thinking we'll go sideways for like a day. Tomorrow, well, right now it's Sunday, so we'll see what happens there, but then Monday comes. That's what I'm looking for. Monday in Asia, so Sunday night, and Monday in Eastern Standard Time, New York. Could be a week. Sure, why not? So, Joe once again says, okay, traders are going to get destroyed in this bull market. You are best to hold on to BTC and just sit and wait. Yeah, it could be. That's one plan of action. Leonard thinks it's going to dump. Yeah, there's a lot. Let me put it this way. There's a lot of indications that it is going to dump. That is for sure. There's a pretty good chance it's going to dump down to my box here. There's a reason I'm still holding this box. I do expect it to dump into this box right here, this yellow box. Okay, and that's about the 64 to 57 range. Okay, I do expect it. Come on, where's my little stupid drawing tool? Come on, there. I do expect it to go something like that, like I just did, and then correct. But since it's like so hot right now, we'll just have to wait and see. And I was looking at the candles. This is on the daily. If we go to the 5-minute, looking at the candles here, using taking a look at it versus volume spread analysis, it doesn't look like it's going to be doing something here. Looks like we'll have a better idea in the next few hours, apparently. Okay. We really don't know. We'll see what it's going to be happening over in this time period here. Okay. So it's a little bit early to tell. It is definitely stabilized. What do we have going on? Any type of Wyckoff stuff pattern that we can see? Boom, 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 boom. Upper trading range. You could do that. I'd say, yeah, okay, fine, whatever. And it just could do that, and then yep, we'll see. Can Bitcoin? I gotta look at that again. That just reminded me of something stupid. BTC, can it? Okay, I read that wrong for a bit. I asked if I thought it said can it hold it, like Bitcoin had to go to the bathroom, you know. It's gonna dump. One thing, another thing here is that, yeah, it's making higher lows, right? So that's an interesting thing. Another thing you can do is that let's extend that back to this guy and this point right here and this point right here. See, this point and this point. Let's go ahead and do that. That's where I'm looking at, and extending it out. Copy that, paste it, bring it up to this point here. This is actually giving a little bit better indicator. I should have done this earlier. So we have our demand on our supply line. Oh, look at that. There's our channel. Look at how nice and easy that made things. Isn't that interesting? And whammo bammo, we're getting close in time to see when it hits this line, and then see if it continues to bounce up and test this channel. This is a throw over, so we'll see what happens. Couple lower tests, fine. Keep in mind that we have these 2 points. These 2 points right back here often, very, very, very often determine the line going up, okay? Because that's where the algorithm is set. That's where the algorithm is set for high frequency trading bots and stuff like that. It's already shown this is the slope that it's going at. Isn't that interesting? But this is a Wyckoff demand supply channel line here. A trend, a trot, how this thing is just trotting upwards. Yeah, so there you go. So we're just kind of waiting and see where it's going to go. It's a test. Markets are dynamic. They can go left or right or up or down, just not backwards, right? So I guess they can't go left. So we'll see if it dumps. But yeah, people are going to look at this. Retail traders are going to look at this. They're going to say, oh, that's a classic head and shoulders pattern. It's high. It's going to dump, right? And then they can say, oh, it's even a larger head and shoulders pattern. It's going to dump. That's why I was saying down to this line. That's where the retail is thinking it's going to go. Okay, right here at 64. They think it's going to go back down there. Whoops. What the bloody hell happened? Let me click on that. So I'll leave those lines there and we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's what a lot of retails are thinking. Boom, 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 boom. And we'll just wait and see what happens. But following Wyckoff, if we put it here, this is our AR. This is our AR. Line here. Let's use that right. Boop, boop, boop. No, let's go up to the buying climax. Do, 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 do. Bring it down to the AR. Now I'm looking at this thing over here. Let me scroll in so you guys can see all this gobbledygook I'm doing. And I'm putting it right on that bar on its close. See that? Bam. Notice how that lines up. Boom, boom. Yeah, so it's going to do a test up here. Okay, this is better. It's going to do a test up here, test this, and then if there's any volume and stuff like that, they'll just let it keep going. If not, then they'll do a test, and then they'll go test low. What they're going to do is they're going to test the upward demand for this thing, okay? They're also testing supply to see if there's any more buyers that are willing to sell in this area so they can pick up some more cheap coins. Okay, so what I'm changing my mind. I'm changing this crapola. See how you can change your mind? You look at stuff, you look at it again, you look at it again. Look at charts like 3-4 times, okay? Before you really make sure that it's what you think it's going. But this thing I'm actually going to label reaccumulation. Okay, and so there's going to be some pain here. There's going to be some pain, so this is a reaccumulation. That's what I'm going to call it. When does reaccumulation start? Starts after a prolonged uptrend, and then it does a rest. Okay, so they're going to pick up some more coins. It's going to be bouncing around here between these two levels, and then once there's no longer any supply left at this area, it's going to go up. So let me go get my other box. Crap. Let's go to the 1 hour. Okay, let's go to the 4 hour. Put auto back on. I'm moving my box. I normally do not do this. Okay. I'll leave that there. Normally don't do that. Yeah, so could it dump? Yeah, it could dump. It's going to be testing up and down that level, so we'll see what's going on. Sean says, curious to see what happens when Binance opens its doors. Yes, very interesting. Very interesting what's going to happen then. James says he just wants Binance back up so I can load up on more vet. Hey, I hear ya. Yeah, I hear ya. Wouldn't it be cool if vet had fiat on ramps through Ocean X? That would be totally awesome. Green wants to know, what do I think of XLM? Love the project. Really like the project and stuff. Let's go take a look at XLM. I usually look at it versus Ether. So we'll go scroll down, take a look at it. It's down 5%. And okay. So it's been eating through my box here. It's in a lower bounds test area, which is interesting. Don't know why that's not straight, but oh well. Okay, so we have this line here, and it's below that. So this is versus ETH. Okay, keep that in mind. Looks like it might start getting starting to get bought up here a bit. Keep in mind this is on the week. If we go the day, yeah. So it looks like that might be the low. We'll see what happens. This isn't looking good. I wish there was bars. Let's go over here to XLM ETH Binance. Okay, yeah. There you go. It hit my box here, so I'm expecting it to go up. Boom, 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 boom. See all those little cool boxes it hit? Isn't that like cool? Yeah, so whammo bammo. It's doing a test back up here. Yeah. So it depends whether it can maintain it, but it should do something like right around in here. So we'll see, right? We'll see. But it did hit that box. So let me do another box. Here you go. So that's XLM versus ETH. What is XLM versus USDT? Yeah, I had a target box down here. It failed. This is an interesting thing. Isn't that interesting? So trend is your friend, okay? Trend is your friend. That means Ether, look for weakness in Ether, okay? This is strong Ether, that's why it's going down. Plus it had just been doing crappy lately. I mean, there's no if, ands, or buts about that. So yeah, we're going to have a, looks like maybe some weakness in Ether that will help this along. That should also help XRP along as well. Okay. Not financial advice. It could continue to dump. Everything can just dump to bloody hell. It happens. Okay, whatever. Thanks for the question. Yeah, you can buy it on Ocean X, Ocean EX. So if we go over here, OceanX.pro. Oh, Dash is now listed. Whoa, good job, guys. That's awesome. Yeah, so they have DBit Player, Safe Haven, Litecoin, BCH, OCE. OCE is their token, right? And VThor, yeah, cool. That's versus vet pairs. USD pairs. Yeah, Litecoin. Let's do all pairs because I didn't see. I was looking for Dash. I don't see Dash yet, so maybe in the not so distant future. But yeah, check this out. Check out OceanX Pro. That's oceanex.pro. Okay. Good platform. They're doing a fantastic job over there. So Prodigal says Vechain is hurt because most of its volume is from Binance. Yeah, that's kind of my point. Why I was asking if it was if they were still friends. So we'll see. A box of monsters says, well, I'm back in and I just bought a boatload of crypto. Oh no. The banks are working to put it all on board. It's not going away. Yeah, that's right. The banks are it's really interesting about the timing of this closure, I must say. Very interesting. I think the banks really want Bitcoin and some other choice cryptos out there. Not the banks so much. Yeah, some of them. But the hedge funds and stuff like that. So we'll see. Yeah, this is certainly not, I don't think it's going to go in a, well, I don't think we've been in a bear market ever. You know, I mean, we've been in a bull market, not run, but market since, what, 2013. Just look at the long-term chart. It goes up, right? So there's Ronnie. Hey, Ronnie, how's it going? Scout wants to know, how am I doing? How am I doing basically with this stuff going up? Well, whoops. You know, not too bad. Here was one little guy. This I mentioned a while ago. But, you know, from this area, 28, let's say 40. Yeah, right around 40 here. So that wasn't too bad. Bitcoin Gold. Bitcoin Gold's kind of cool. You can do mining on GPU. Well, last I read about it, but what else has been doing nice? Bitcoin was doing nice. I'm out of that right now for the moment. And what else? What else? What else was doing? There is, let's just put it this way. I did talk about this little fellow. All right, I've been talking about him. And I've been talking about this guy. Right, I had a video. This is probably my best one, actually. right here, this is a week ago. ETH, is ETH ready to run? Yeah. And yeah, so I had that out. So that was my best one. So yeah, I mean, I've been doing okay. Nothing huge astronomical. Please note that I don't do things like on margin or anything like that. Oh, interesting thing. Binance is looking into doing margin. Right? Won't that be interesting? Yeah, Ronnie says too many people expect a pullback, so the market will do the opposite. Yeah, pretty much you can take a contrarian point of view. I'm looking for it to bounce around and do tests, but I'm not looking for it to do a huge pullback. There's just too much going on, and I think that after Binance opens, that shortly after or just before we can expect an announcement from Fidelity where it's going to onboard its second tier clients. We'll see. And you want me to take a look at Dent, not Dentacoin? Oh, I love Dentacoin. You know, don't they use Dentacoins for like caps and stuff? Where is Dent? Is it even on here? I know I screwed this up before. No. There. Okay. Trend is your friend still, my friend. General overall trend. Get out of there. Stop that. I hate that chart is like right on the auto. Okay, so it's leveling off here, but pretty much it still has a lot of trend is your friend, right? Not a whole lot of interest. There is a bunch of buys here though, which is interesting. Spiked way up. A CO, a composite operator, isn't interested in this, so I have no interest in it as yet. When it starts forming standard Wyckoff patterns, I might become more interested in it, but right now I'm not interested in it. See, it's still in the markdown. It could be leveling off. We'll see what happens. Okay, it just needs a little bit of time for me. Let's see what's going on. It does have a nice increase in volume, which is cool, but, and that's at the lower levels. So supply could be drying up here. Yeah, I'm not interested in it at this time, but that doesn't mean it's not going to go up. But it does look like supply is drying up a bit, which looks hopeful. So. Also, from a manipulator's point of view, a shark point of view, is that the retail is going to be saying, "Oh, this is a double bottom, some type of quasi a reverse head and shoulders, right?" So they could drive the price up because this is not a. This is a little bit in here. It's just not showing the patterns here for Wyckoff stuff. But what you can do is play. This is what the retail is going to think. Okay. So they're going to do their TA. They're going to extend this around here. They're going to say, oh, it's going to break out. It usually breaks out around what, 60, anywhere from 60, 70% to 68.1, right? Fib number here. Oh yeah, it's going to go up. Yeah, you have increasing right here. That was the bottom. Could go up there. So you can expect it break out right around in here. Whatever. I don't have an interest in it myself, but you know, if you like it, hey, great. Why do you like it? Spread the love. Why do you like that guy? Why does it appeal to you? What's my 3-year DGB prediction? Up. Specific numbers, don't have them. Lots can change. But I think DGB is just slowly, I mean, it's like a slow virus. It's just going to infest the world, but it's doing it slowly. But I really like DGB, and that's not a bad thing for it to spread all over the world. It's already spread quite a bit. So we'll just see. Keep in mind that value, as far as how great a project is, does not necessarily translate into price. We've seen that on some fantastic coins, haven't we? But thanks for the question. I wish I could be more specific on that. I just think it's going to go up. To what magnitude? I don't know. And always keep in mind, yeah, could dump too. But I think it's going to go up. Samara D wants to know, hey, how's it going? Thanks for asking. I'm doing fine. I talk about player, PLA. Yeah, we can go take a look at player. Go over here to player's going to have some hard times, bro. Why? Because it's in the gaming sector. Why? Because microtransactions in games are going to be coming under a lot of regulatory pressure in the future from Congress, because a lot of kids are blowing through money through their parents' credit cards, buying little swords and stuff like that. The game companies have aggressive marketing techniques to where you don't pay to play. You know, like you used to have to in a video machine. You buy it and then you can play. But in a lot of the marketing stuff, you do that and you have to pay to win, and that's a problem. And this is geared towards the smaller kids, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's really disgusting marketing techniques. When I develop games, I do not put in any type of micro payments in it because I am totally against that garbage. And so there goes Engine Coin. Keep an eye out for the demise of Engine Coin if any bill like that gets passed through Congress. They're not too happy with that whole gaming industry as far as that goes. So keep that in mind. That Engine Coin and all those coins that are in the game sector are in jeopardy because of the standard practices. And then there's some pretty good sized game creating companies out there that could be slapped on the wrist too. So that's a hot topic coming up. Keep your eyes open for stuff coming out of U.S. Congress and stuff. Parents are not happy, and that will definitely affect things like player and engine and stuff like that, in my opinion. Anyway, PLA, just looking at the chart here, lots of nice interest doing a turn. Looks like this was a change of character. Excellent. It's been a long, deep downtrend. Notice how it's declining. The angle is basically declining. It's leveling out. Actually, finally, could be a change in character here. We'll see what happens, but this is where I'm meaning. Oh, there it goes. There, so a change in character right here. Right here on that huge buy, huge buy, huge buy. So we're starting to get some interest here. Are we getting any type of... oh, keep in mind this is on the 15-minute. Let's go to the 1 day. It's probably just showing a dump. Buy, surrounded by a bunch of red. People are exited. Huge buy up here. Okay, so what we could say is, Yep. Trading range right there. See? Isn't that cool? I just drew that line on the 15-minute and just like shot up. Isn't that cool? Said there was a change in character. Did you do that? You did that, didn't you? Yeah, you made that pop up, huh? So it's okay. Starting to look interesting. Okay, volume is looks like volume has been absorbed. To me, it looks like volume has been absorbed. There is no one really interested anymore in selling. It's declining. Hardly any interest here. Now all of a sudden there's interest. Nobody's willing to sell, and all of a sudden, whammo bammo. There's interest in buys. Look at that, whammo. Let's go out here to the 2 hour. Okay, yeah. So there we go. So expect for it to bounce around in between these two lines. Okay. So yeah, change of character right here. This was a large enough buying volume to stop the downtrend and to reverse it. Okay, that's what I mean by a change of character. And so that's an important point that we look for. This was huge absolute volume. Well, except for when it just launched, right? But there's only been volume one other time. And that was way back here. Whammo, gone, big volume, and then it was accompanied by a couple more big spikes. Yeah. So this thing, yeah, I think I might be interested in player. I've been waiting for a long time. Player looks interesting. My only problem is, do I want to give up vet for player? And that's a real difficult thing to do. So that's a very difficult thing to do for me anyway. So we'll see. But yeah, player looks interesting. Put down in the comments why you like it. What do you like about the project? Okay, what do you like about it? Because they're doing other things. They're doing other games that are like competition games and stuff like that, where there's older people doing it, and they don't have the games themselves don't have the really aggressive marketing techniques, right, that they're doing towards little kids. Yeah. So keep an eye on this one. The stuff I was talking about with Congress and stuff like that, that's 3, 4, 5 years out, right? We don't care about that right now, unless you want to hold that long. I don't know why you would, but that's up to you. But yeah, player looks interesting. Take a look at it. Thanks for the question. Let's go over here, back here to the chat. Okay, Truther. Hey, Truther, how's it going? Truther wants to know, yeah, consensus is happening on Monday. Do I think it's going to be staying strong? Yeah, I do. I think it's just going to be bouncing around in a trading range, which is reaccumulation, so we can expect some volatility, and then I think it's going to go up to that box that I showed. So we'll see. But yeah, it looks interesting times, guys. Interesting times. And here's another thing. What is consensus real big on? Starts with an E. It's a coin that starts with an E. Hey, you're welcome for looking at Dent. Hey, Fawad, how's it going? Hey, good to see you, man. Excited for the June TKY announcement? Absolutely. Yeah, so that'll be very, very interesting to see what's going on with that. That is for sure. Yeah, and then other announcements moving forward from that. To me, TKY is very, very interesting from a political, sociological perspective. What do they call that? Poli-sci, right? Let me get some Java juice. Yeah, from poli-sci point of view. Yeah, I took poli-sci. Yeah, I think you might have too, huh? But anyway, interesting times coming up for the key, and actually a lot of projects, because things are like starting to all come together. And for Vechain, we have that ICO coming out. We have the PwC announcement, TKY in June. Very interesting stuff. Interesting things. I'm really interested to see what's going to be happening with Neo, if we get any more information on that. So we'll just see. Okay, so Ronnie says, I like the fundamentals of Dent. Okay, great. In 1 year, 15 million customers. That's a lot. 47 countries, 150 plus operators, voice calls with Dent tokens to 60 countries. So there you go. That is good information there. So yeah, if you like a project, don't just always say, hey, I think it's the best. Put down why you think it's the best. Help other people say, hey, that's an interesting thing I didn't know. Maybe I should go actually do research on that project. So thanks for putting that down. Yeah. I don't think there's not a lot of marketing about Dent. You know, it's like Digibyte. It's like kind of hidden. So Magnum wants to know if we know anything about Yeet coin. The first meme worthless coin on VeChain Thor, like Doge. Oh, that thing's gotta blow up, right? It's like mooning. I've never heard of Yeet. Are you kidding? Yeet. Wait, is on CoinGecko? We'll see. Where'd you find that one, brother? Yee. I don't know there. Yeet coin. Yeet coin homepage, really? I don't think that's it. Ye coin, the first useless coin on the VeChain. You know, at least they're honest. This might be... What's their fun? Cannot get assets, white paper, PDF. Okay, great. At least it doesn't say penis. Okay, Lorem Ipsum. This is awesome. If it gets on there, I'm going to buy it. Hope it's cheap. If it gets on there, I'm going to get it. Oh, this is hilarious. This is hilarious. Let's see. Facts. What facts do they have? Is this a scam? No. We don't promise anything. We don't have calls with heat. At least they are like there, man. This is actually going to be a happening thing because it's fun. People like fun. This is hilarious. I gotta... What's the roadmap? It better be nothing. What's the... Oh, this is great. What's their team? Okay, great. VeChain Viking. Good, I'm glad they don't have real pictures. At least they're way more honest. Who's their advisory board? Token is for memes. Okay. We did a little effort on the website. Oh, this is hilarious. Yeah, I like the Lorem Ipsum here. If you're a developer, you know what that is. That's like hilarious. So that is Yeet token, and they left it on Heroku with herokuapp.com. They didn't even bother with their own URL. That's classic, man. Okay, that's hilarious. Thanks for that. I gotta start pumping this thing. Oh, that made me cry. Oh, hilarious. Oh, heavens. I gotta get at least like 3 or 4 of those. Oh, heavens. So check them out on Telegram and stuff like that. Oh, yeah. Oh, what do I think about Ethos? Not much. I think it's been overpumped. It's one of those things. Ethos. Yeah. I know a lot of people like it and stuff like that. And just because I don't care much for it doesn't mean, I just really don't have interest in it. I think that it used to, I didn't want to go there, Etherscan. So, it's just really been, I think, pumped and overhyped and stuff like that by some people. And anyway, it is what it is. If you like it, great. Put it down. Why do you like it? I'm actually neutral to it, okay? I'm interested in other coins. It's not that I haven't not heard of it, but I really just am neutral for it for the most part, okay? I have no opinion either way. Anyway, that's about it, guys. Time to take off and have a great one. Hope you guys have a great what's left of the weekend and stuff like that. Best of luck. Let's go see what Bitcoin's doing once again before we take off here. If it's doing anything. Binance getting slow. Would help if I turned auto on. Okay, so let me pop up here to the 15-minute. Okay, so there you go. You see how it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And that's where we look for something to come. When it gets real tight here, like this doji on a candle, that's when on small volume, real tight, that's when we look for something to pop. So yeah, it looks like it's going to go up here and maybe do something, do an upper bounce test. We'll see. But it's going to bounce around between this trading range here for a little bit, I think, and see if it can do a breakout. I mean, think a Jedi candle again. We'll see. But anyway, best of luck to everyone. Right now it's at $7,208 on Binance. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, get notified. Have a wonderful weekend. Catch you later. Bye.